So first of all, SAP is an ERP, okay, and what it basically do is it integrates all the different kind of various business function in a single software. So before an ERP, what used to happen, like for storing the different kind of functions, like we have a different kind of HR software and finance software, production software, sales, and there are various types of business activities, and for them we used to have a different kind of software, okay. And we have to, if we want to make some integration between these software, for example, if we want to make some connection between the HR and finance department, then we may require some interfaces, and uh, so in that case, it was making much cost to the client, because they have to buy a different software license, and they have to integrate these software, so they may require some interface, and they have to pay a lot of amount for their performing these kind of activities. Okay. But when ERP came, it basically what it does is it has integrated different kind of business function in a single software. Okay, so obviously it has reduced the cost, because now they have to only pay a amount of for a single software. Okay, and it also reduced the employee work. Okay, so different kind of function consent are there for different kind of software, and they have to remember a lot of things, because if they want to make some integration between these business functions, they have to remember a lot of things. So when ERP came, it has reduced uh, all those kind of extra work. Okay, and so if we come into SAP has different various modules. Like the one I will be teaching is HCM, Human Capital Management. Then we have FICO, Finance Controlling, ABAP, PEP, Production Planning, Material Management, Sales and Distribution. So there are different modules under the SAP. Okay, and under SAP HCM also we may be finding a lot of sub modules. Okay, so the modules which I will be going to teach, basically I will be going to teach OMPA, Organization Management, Personal Administration, Time Management, and Payroll. Okay, and you should not call SAP as SAP, because uh, SAP in German language is called as swine. Okay, so when you are working with the client, or when you are in a call with client or someone like who is belonging to different organization or some other department, then if you say or they may be belonging to some different country. Okay, so they may misunderstand if you called SAP as SAP, and it also, like, it can offend them. Okay, so you should always call SAP as SAP, not SAP. The full form of SAP is System Applications and Products in Data Processing, and it is a on-premise application. On-premise means basically the whole infrastructure of this SAP system will be set in some particular building. Okay, and there with all those setup would be there. All the CPU and all other things will be set up in the organization building. Okay, and so there are various sub-modules under SAP HCM. One is OM, PA, Time Management, and Payroll. So under OM, first we will be setting up our org structure. Then we will be also working, and we'll be knowing what is evaluation path, how to create the custom object, how to set their number ranges for these custom objects, and what are the OM info types related to organization management, and various other topics under the OM module, OM submodule. After that, we will be going to the personal administration module. Here we will be setting up the personal action, how to create a personal action, how to create the info type menu and action menu. Then we will be doing the configuration of the major info types. Info types are basically the info type information type. Basically, info type stores the different kind of information related to the employee. Then we will be setting up our enterprise structure and then the personal structure of the employee. After that, we will go to the time management module, and there we will be creating the work schedule, holiday calendar, absence type, quota types. Okay, and we'll be doing the time evaluation and trying to analyze the time evaluation logs. And then we will go to payroll, and we will be going to the topics like wage types, how to create the payroll area, how to run the payroll, what is off cycle payroll run. So these kind of topic will be covering under the payroll. And there are various kind of projects. If when you work in some organization as a SAP HCM consultant, you may face various kind of projects. Like one of them may be an implementation project, another is support project. Majorly, you will get a support project. So in the support project, what will happen? All these things like all these model will be automatically set up by the client in the SAP by the client. Okay, and we will be supporting them. So for example, if the employee is facing some issue, employee is not able to open uh, what you can say, open their pay slips, or what you can say, they are not able to apply the absence, or they are trying to apply the absence for a half day, but they are not able to do that. So we will be checking these configuration in these different parts, and like what type of issue we face, we will be try to analyze what is the error which has occurred. Okay, so if we know these things, then we will be able to find like what thing has occurred the issue. And in the implementation project, you have to set up all these things for a client. So maybe, for example, the client data is stored in some Excel or in some register or somewhere else. Okay, and we will be moving that all data into the SAP systems. So in that case, we will be working on an implementation project, and we will be setting up each and everything for a client. So first we will be covering the organization management module, and under that first we will be creating our org structure. Okay, so org structure means, for example, there is a company IBM, and there in that company there are some department IBM HR and IBM finance. Okay, so all these entity will be treated as a org unit. Okay, and I will be showing you how to create this org unit. So there are three ways to create the org unit. So let me go to the SAP system. Okay, so you guys may not be having a access or to this SAP system. So any of you know about this system? Anyone has the access among you?
No, I don't have that.
Mm-hmm. So like if you really want
Uh,
to, yeah,
are you providing this access?
no, I will not be able to provide. Actually, it is chargeable. Okay, so
Yes. Means
hmm.
if you are providing the demo server, then we will be pay for you, no problem. Or otherwise,
Mm-hmm.
if you have any contact, then you can inform us so that we will be paid to him and we will purchase it.
Mm-hmm. I will let you know some contact. Okay,
Okay, thank you.
so like if you guys wanted to learn about this thing, like basically you will not be able to remember these things if you learn these things theoretically. Okay, until or unless you have a practical implementation of these things, you will not be able to remember them for a long time. Okay, so it is better to practice them so that you may have a practical idea how to create these org units, and how to creates positions and the jobs and other things. Okay. So first I will be creating a org unit IBM. Okay. And so in order to set up a org structure, we can directly do this org structure thing through this screen, SAP Easy Access screen. Okay. So in this, you have to first go to human resources. Then under human resources, you may be able to see different node as organizational management. And under that node, you will be able to see
Organizational plan.
yeah, in the expert mode, and there is another node, simple maintenance. Okay. So there are three ways to create a org unit. Either through organization staffing or expert mode or through the simple maintenance mode. Okay. So first I will be creating a org unit through organized staffing mode, and the transaction code for this is PPOC. Okay. So if you want to go to some table, or if you directly want to go to some different
So PPOC is the transaction code for this.
PPOC. Hello.
Okay. Yes, yes, sir.
Okay. So they are these are the different transaction codes. Okay. If you want to create something, you can use this code, and if you want to change something is already existing and you want to make some change into that thing, you can go to this. You can use this transaction, and if you want to see that only if you want to display it, or you want to just see, you don't want to make any change, you can either use this PPOSE. So
Okay.
I will be going to create a org unit through this mode first, organized staffing. And initially you guys may not be able to what you can say, you will not be, if you get the SAP access, and when you go to this path or this structure, you will not be able to see this transaction code. So
Yes, sir.
so what you have to do is you have to right click here uh, and go to settings, and there you will be able to see one.
So, but I think we have to open logon and then we have to write SPRO and then we have to go to the SAP reference image.
That is for the, what you can say, the personal administration path. Okay. And
Okay.
and you may find lot of things, okay, under SPRO,
Okay,
but
okay.
we are just focusing on the org structure as of now.
We can
So
directly go for org structure.
yeah, so
Okay.
what I'm saying is basically either you can remember the path. Okay. Under SPRO also we will be doing lot of activities. We will be going
Yes.
to the personal administration, personal management, and then we will be doing a lot of
Yes. Yes.
activities related to that some module. Okay. Here
Okay.
we are just first we are focusing on the org structure. We will be creating our org unit, and the positions and different kind of entity or objects. Okay. So first I am going to create the organization staffing, and I will be going to use this transaction code PPOC. So I think you guys have got this thing. You have to go right click on this, and you have to check this display technical names if you want to see the transaction code related to that. Okay. You
Okay.
guys don't need to, you guys it's not compulsory to know this path. You can directly go to the organized staffing and create the org unit through this transaction code, this transaction code. So if I and this is the, you can say there is a separate window. So if you click on this, a new session will get open. And if I know the transaction code PPOCE, like I know this transaction code PPOCE is used to create org unit. So I can directly give that transaction code here, and I can go and create my org unit. Either I can remember the path, or I can remember the transaction code. So I'm going to create one org unit, and I'm using the initial date as 1900 to 3112,999. Okay. So this is we are using the first mode as organized staffing. So when I'm trying to create a org unit, this screen will come, and here I can give the name. So I'm giving the name as IBM. Okay. And when I click on enter and save it, my org unit will be created. So now I'm going to refresh it, and here you will be able to see IBM one org unit will get created as IBM. So you can see there is one org unit has been created with the name as IBM. This is the abbreviation code you can say, and this is the object ID. Okay, so each object, basically the positions, org unit, the jobs, tasks, these all are the objects. Okay, and they will be having a unique object ID. Okay, so in this case, this org unit IBM has this unique object ID as this one. Okay, so what I will be doing so that I will not forget this org unit, I will be taking the screenshot. Or let me directly copy this code.
Let me ask one thing.
Mhm.
For the unique ID, here a number is created. So we have to configure this number. Yeah, it is automatically the system will be
It will
created this EID.
it will get automatically generated. Okay, and
No need to configure
if you
this
want
number.
to what you can say, let me my screenshot is okay. Okay, so and if I like if I want to set something like if I create any org unit, I want this number to be selected. Okay, so what I mean to say that I can set up the number range. Okay, so for example, in the future topics I will be covering that. Okay, so I can define my number range for a particular kind of object. So I can create some settings, like I will do some settings, and there I will be setting some number range, that whenever I will be going to create a org unit, the number assigned or the object ID assigned to that org unit lies between that number range. Okay,
Okay,
for
means we have to create means configure the number range for this object ID.
yeah, if you want, I will be showing you in the future like how to
Okay,
set up
ma'am.
that number range, but it is not compulsory for you. Okay, that is an
Okay,
external topic or additional topic. Okay, but that is not a
okay,
compulsion thing if you want to create a org unit.
okay,
Okay,
okay, yeah, okay.
okay. So I have created one org unit IBM. Okay, and then I will be creating some department under there. That will also be called as a org unit. Okay, so I will be creating another org unit as IBM HR, and I will be creating that org unit through this mode. For example, simple maintenance mode. Okay, and the transaction code for that is PPOC underscore old. And for example, I have created this org unit and I don't want to be in this screen. Okay, so either I can go back or I can give /n. And for example, I want to open a new screen. Okay, so what I can do, I can type just /n, and I can give the transaction code for that new screen. Okay, for example, PPOC underscore old. So if I give /n PPOC underscore old, new screen will come, and it will you can say it will get override or overwritten. Okay, so if I give this transaction, there is new screen has been came, and it is for simple maintenance. So we are creating a org unit through simple maintenance. Okay, so I will give the name as IBM HR. And I will giving the same date range. Okay, so there is another org unit created with the name as IBM HR. And another org unit I will create as IBM Finance, and I will be creating that org unit through expert mode. Okay, so I will use this transaction code as PO10. What I will do, I will slash n. Okay, so now this different kind of screen came and it has automatically fetched up the previous org unit which we have created. Okay, but I'm not using this org unit. I will be creating some different org unit. So I will give enter, and here there is a info type called object. Okay, so what does info types do is basically it store the information. Okay, here in the OM module it stores the information of the particular object. Okay, but under the PM module we will be storing the information of the employee. So we will be going to create a new org unit as IBM Finance. Okay, I will give this. I will select this. Either I can give the period at 01190. Okay, and I have selected this info type, and then I will be clicking on the create. Here I can give the name as IBM Finance. Once I click on enter and save it, there is org unit created as IBM Finance with this object ID 500827. Okay, this is the different info type which will be storing the information of this org unit. And what it will be doing is basically it will be storing the information of the relationship of this org unit. For example, this org unit has a relationship with what other org units or what other positions. So that kind of information will be stored in the relationship info type. I'm skipping this thing as of now. Okay, so there is another org unit created with this object ID and with the name is IBM Finance. So guys, that's all for today's class. Okay, in the next class I will be showing you how to set up a relationship between these org unit, and I will be creating different kind of objects like position, job, task, work center. So other kind of remaining details we will be covering in the next class. Okay.
Can you share the means how can